Hello, and welcome to Noisy Talks. I'm Alex Miller, and I'm upstairs at the Old Blue Last in London. It's a room usually full of beautiful teenagers having their faces smashed in by ugly punk bands, but today I'm trying to lend it a more cerebral air. That's because I'm joined by three of music's keenest minds, and we're here to discuss the week in music news. Over here, we've got the editor of the peerless Quietus. It's John Doran. Right there is Rosie Swash from The Guardian. And this, finally, is Fred Macpherson, lead singer in Spector and an unreconstructed Killers fan. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. So this week, we had the return of MIA, who's come back and done the improbable by managing to steal some of Madonna's headlines. Firstly, she released the Bad Girls video at the same day that the Queen of Pop released a rather disappointing comeback video. Then, at Madonna's Super Bowl show, flipped the bird and outraged 4 or 5 people in the media. Rosie, did you watch the show? What do you think?
I did watch the show. I didn't notice her flipping the bird because I know this is going to sound a bit weird, but I don't find it that offensive.
That's
I'm
because
just
you're
saying.
British.
I thought generally the show was absolutely amazing.
She kept on falling over.
She did
I
look a
didn't
little
notice
bit
it
like
either.
her knees were going to give every time she
I'm-
got up
I'm,
and down the stairs.
I'm glad that MIA said that she didn't give a shit because she kind of summed up how I felt about the entire kind of performance.
To be fair, like raising one middle finger is less crazy than backing like murderous revolutionary coups. You know?
Is that what, like
Poorest
Madonna?
countries around the world.
I mean, the whole performance up until that point was loads of incredibly slutty-looking cheerleaders with their legs open. Is that not a bit more inappropriate?
It's such a poor single. I thought she'd
Yes,
come back
it
doing
is,
some
it
like
is.
dubstep or something that were like.
Really?
I thought
That
she'd
one-
try.
let's not-
I
I don't
thought
wanna
she
hear
no, but I
Madonna
thought
doing
she'd be
dubstep.
desperate to like keep her finger on the pulse.
No, I just kind of thought the whole thing was kind of fun, but once you kind of sandwich Madonna's rubbish new single in the middle of all her great old songs, it really kind of highlights
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
what kind
true.
of paltry cultural force she's become.
but it seemed odd to me that MIA would come back with such a strong like piece of art
Okay,
same
so-
week that she'd also be willing to just play second fiddle to a really outdated.
But
So-
that
so-
was the
so
thing
wait.
with the Super Bowl. She didn't. I mean, the one person who's going to be the most pissed off about the middle finger is Madonna because everyone's talking about MIA.
So MI did come back with this video. I thought it was amazing. It was her like ghost riding the whip in Saudi Arabia.
I thought it was brilliant.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was done on Southport Beach, you know what I mean? And it took me back to my childhood, to be honest, you know. I like it. We had train surfing.
Fun thing about the MIA video and then about the Madonna thing was that you had 2 pop videos coming out instantaneously trending on Twitter and stuff. It made there be an event around it.
It's good in the era where basically music video culture's almost dead. The only thing that I didn't like about it is it. No, actually, I'm not going to go down
No,
that.
go on, go down
No,
that way.
go
Go
on.
on, go on.
It feels like just MIA is always desperate to crowbar in any imagery that could seem at all like taboo, and that the sort of Islamic element of it.
It's not about taboo. It's about
taboo,
her
but
trying
like
to pitch
politi-
herself
like-
as the first kind of global star. Do you know what I mean?
I just think we've got a dearth of really kind of bonkers, crazy, amazing to look at, really exciting pop stars. And I think she's one, you know, she's an adamant.
Yeah. Can you think back to music videos that were kind of a landmark for you?
It was that era of like late 90s, early noughties when there was really, really exciting video makers like Chris Cunningham or Michel Gondry. Like, remember those 2 Aphex Twin videos that he made, which are like oft
Chris Cunningham
referenced, yeah. That
Was it Window Licker and
Come to Daddy, yeah. And both of those were just huge.
What about you, Rosie?
It would probably be Hype Williams' videos with Missy Elliott
yeah,
that I remember being really into.
But I think this MIA video is going to bring. I think it's raised the stakes. I think Kanye West is going to be watching this. And he tweeted
Yeah.
it the other day.
There's a Sting video, you know, and I'm just mentioning this because I think it might be the worst video ever recorded. And there's a sensitive Sting sitting in a bar reading poetry, wearing like an Aran sweater, and then a drunk Sting dressed as a sailor who's drunk comes in, and they have a fight, a bar fight, but it's contemporary dance.
Okay, favourite ever bad video?
I remember this one that was for My Plague by Slipknot.
I thought you were going to say for my band.
No, I wish. The intercut footage of their gig at the Docklands Arena with scenes from Resident Evil, the movie. It was in inimitable style. That was an MTV2 favourite.
Let's move on because we're entering the awards season. So upcoming, we've got the Grammys, the Brit Awards, and the NME Awards. Fred, I imagine you're a massive fan of music award ceremonies. Which one are you most excited about?
I'd like Skrillex to win a Grammy. That's what everyone got so appalled when he got nominated. That something that's seen as a very British underground thing has now crossed over in the most horrendous like college laddie way and is only being recognised for what he's doing.
I guess the big story is of the Grammys is kind of Adele's comeback show. Can you see her being a massive wow at the Grammys?
I can't see how it would go wrong. It's not exactly, I mean, it would only go wrong if she decided to replicate Madonna's performance at the Super Bowl.
Do you feel pride, John, when you see British people nominated for a stupid American award ceremony?
The Grammys are absolute rubbish. And, you know, I think it is quite interesting to see Skrillex on there. They're certainly no worse than the kind of bland country and western band they have on there.
The other big performance is Coldplay and Rihanna finally coming together to perform. John, you look happy.
I'm too angry to speak. I only became a music journalist by chance, and that's because literally someone overheard me in the pub talking about kidnapping, torturing and killing Coldplay. That's a true story. And my opinion hasn't changed on Coldplay one iota.
In the Enemy Awards, every year they give an award called the Godlike Genius Award to someone who was big in the 90s. And this year, it's Noel Gallagher. I think it's fair enough.
Noel Gallagher's recent solo album, the High Flying Birds one, was pretty good. I mean, it was, yeah, it's good for what it was. I'm very, very excited to hear the Amorphous Androgynous collaboration, which is coming out later this year.
What about you?
I like Bonehead.
To another awards ceremony then, the Brits. It's kind of, the nominations are kind of led by that short ginger grime guy, Ed Sheeran. Fred, as a contemporary of Ed Sheeran's in the songwriting world, what do you think of Ed Sheeran's music?
It's deplorable. It makes me feel sad for all the kids who have nothing to be more excited by than this at age 13 or 14.
But as
buying
the
into.
lead singer in a contemporary indie band, surely that's your fault.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, well, I'm definitely part of the disease, but I feel like someone needs to go around schools doing like talks about like indie rock 2001 to 2005.
Maybe
I feel like the way everyone bullies Ed Sheeran is just the way people bully... No, it's the way people bully ginger overweight kids at school.
No, it's more...
He
He
looks
looks
ginger.
like crap.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter how
sounds
he
like
looks.
crap.
He writes
Really
patronising music about drug addicts and music video where he's like, guys, I've got a really sad story about this girl who does crack, and as a backdrop, I'm going to buy a tramp
The
of
Arctic
sandwich.
Monkeys did that.
No, they didn't. He makes no statement about anything, really.
Ed Sheeran is abominable. He's absolutely offensive.
It's not about how you look. Look at Stephen Hawking. It doesn't matter how you look. You can still do brilliant things.
Okay, so cheers for setting the music world to rights. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Fred. Next week, I'll be back here with my new and improved guests, Elton John, John Lennon, and confusingly, John Legend. Thanks very much.